My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Yes, I almost said my name is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. This is James Williams. That would have been awesome, right? Anyway, so before I was interrupted, I started off making this video about this young transgender person. Alright? I don't know how old they actually are. But this is a young transgender person, male to female. And earlier I made a video, maybe it was yesterday, about my lost causes. So this thing I got in the top buzz by uh, Wendell Harry, transgender woman raped at men's prison hours after the judge blocked the move. That was the tagline. So I'm going to read a little bit of this to you. A transgender inmate says she was raped at the men's prison hours after the judge threw out her request to block correction officers from keeping her in the disciplinary unit. Lindsay Sandra Villes, y'all know me. Let me spell it out for you. Saunders hyphen Velez claimed she had been threatened, harassed, and assaulted since entering the Colorado prison system last spring on a violation plea deal in a menacing case. The prisoner filed a lawsuit against the State of Corrections Agency in July, branding the system discriminatory and dangerous for transgender offenders. I agree with that. Last month, her lawyers requested the judge not send Saunders Velez, the suspect in question, to her jail punishment pod for disciplinary infractions, saying that she could end up with the inmates who had tormented her. The judge said the attorney failed to prove the inmate, I don't know what this word is, so I'm going to spell it out for you. IMMINENT risk. I guess that's imminent. I don't know. Dyslexia kicked in. And rejected their request. However, the 20-year-old was attacked during her time in the pod and needed more than a week in the infirmary to recover, according to her attorney, Paula. Good God, man. Greisen. I guess that's Garrison. I don't know. Anyway, the issue is not going to go away, she said. We're going to fight it until these individuals are threatened, are treated with the respect that they deserve. By individuals, she means transgender people. Federal law requires a person to individually access ASSES, where there houses each transgender person, said Demona. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, so let me spell it out for you. Demoya, Demoya. They some damn body. Gordon, a lawyer with the Lamba, LAMBA, Legal Transgender Rights Project. Okay, so I'm almost done with the, damn it, wrong thing. I'm almost done with the interview. That blessed, my TV won't turn. I hate technology sometimes. More often than not. Alright. But she added almost all facilities should house inmates based on their genitalia or birth gender, resulting in many transgender women being abused, or raped during the sentence. World News and Pictures. The suspect in question entered Colorado's foster care system as a child. Then she spent years in the youth correction system, according to her attorney and the court records. The prisoner says she has been outed as a trans female since the age of 4 and was diagnosed with gender dysmorphia. I'm pretty sure I didn't say that right. So let me spell it out for you. Dysphora in 2016 and began hormone treatments in 2017. Her lawsuit states that she excuse me, I misread that. Her lawsuit states that it was after she entered the adult prison on the third-year jail term in May of last year. She was sent to the Colorado Territorial Correctional Facility that her problems with other inmates began. Court order details in the court. I can't read today, if at all. Court order details in that in which male prisoners frequently pull down the privacy screen shielding the suspect in question from view as she used the bathroom in her cell. She said other prisoners threatened her, and in December she reported an inmate sexually assaulted her during a brief transfer from the Colorado prison. To escape, the suspect swallowed razors and was sent to the hospital before being reassigned to traditional set of attorneys. Prisoner staff denied her request to be called Lindsay and to be identified as female pronouns, according to the accompaniment. I don't know what the fuck that means, as well as refusing the request to be searched by a woman. The most recent Bureau of Justice statistics from 2012 is around 3,200 inmates in America in the federal prison identified as transgender in 2012. Some 40% of transgender inmates report being victims of abuse, sexual contact, and another inmate or staff members 10 times the rate amongst the general prison population. Several authorities, including San Francisco and New York jail systems, have begun to oust transgender prisoners by gender as identified as. Colorado, and the last one other inmate, is suing the corrections department over its treatment of transgender people in the agency. It was unable to commit an ongoing litigation. Alright, so I shared this on Facebook. I don't know what you guys think besides my sloppy ass reading, but I kind of feel that transgender people should have their own prison. And it's not that I'm being a douchebag about it, but for their safety, because they are in a class by themselves, alright? And with the unfortunate event of prison rapes that never seem to de-escalate, or whatever the word is I'm looking for, they seem to always be an improvement. Like the worst things ever. Even prisoners inside the system deserve some form of justice on some level or another. And then whether we support that or not, it's a whole other ballgame. But at the same time, how can we not? I think that if we had a more effective system for transgender people or people who live an alternative lifestyle, we might have less crimes in prison. And then again, we might have more crimes in prison. You never know. That's why you can't have a co-ed prison. You can't have a men and women's prison together, because there'll probably be a lot of rapes and sexual assaults and abuse of every different kind, and a kind that we can't even think of, that will probably happen there. So in closing of this video, because I'm hungry as hell and I really want to eat that Velveeta and this chicken, what do you guys think? Should transgenders, state by state, get a prison of their own? Probably won't be a very big prison. And if not a prison, maybe a wing in a prison where normal prisoners are not allowed to visit or have contact, and only transgender people can be there. Sounds like a good plan to me. If you're not going to build them a prison where they'll feel safe, not that you are actually safe in prison. Well, hell, if you ain't safe in church, you're probably not safe anywhere. That being said, I'm James Williams Jr. Comfort Habit number 2. Be seeing